Where do you go to architecture school?
I went to OU, University of Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why OU when you're you're in Iowa?
Well,
Illinois, sorry.
I started to look. I realized I was going to have to go out of state. I in a design competition, I won this particular competition, which had a scholarship to go to University of Illinois, but I'd been going to a junior college, so I was going to have to transfer in. And they said, well, all the architecture classes or sections are full, so you're going to have to wait 3 semesters. And I didn't want to wait, so I started looking out of state. And I was looking north and northeast, and I met this guy. You've probably heard this kind of a story many times. I met this guy in a bar.
Yeah.
And after a lot of heavy drinking, he was going to OU, and he's one of the premier design students out of OU, and probably in the last 30, 40 years. So he convinced me to go to OU.
Yeah.
And Bruce Goff was a former dean at OU, pretty famous international architect, and he came back my last semester and picked 3 students, and I got to study underneath him. So for me, it was really a great experience to come to OU. And being from Illinois, we didn't have good football, but when we came to OU, there was a great football program.
Yeah.
But when I left Illinois, it was like 76 degrees. I drive to Norman to get out of my car, and it was like 105. I'd never been in temperatures over 100.
Yeah.
And I got out, and I thought, maybe I just need to get back in my car and go back north. So I'm still adjusting to the heat.
Same, yeah. That hangover is a lot worse at 100 degrees, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You know, of course, the best way to get rid of it is the same way you got it.
Exactly.
That works.
Exactly. Don't take that advice, people listening. Oh, that's awesome. So you get to Norman. Football's great. You're having a great college experience, and you have a new friend that you met at the bar who's going to OU, right?
Yes.
What's school like? What?
It was tough. A lot harder than anything I'd ever done. The deeper you got in, the more difficult it became. But we probably would average at least 2, sometimes 3 all-nighters per week.
Yeah.
And back then, that's what it took. I mean, we would spend 70, 80, 90 hours a week just on our architectural projects. So you'd skip going to other classes like psych or business or business law, whatever else you had. We would skip those classes and only focus on architecture.
Yeah. And at that time, like, obviously there's no real CAD stuff or modeling or anything you're doing like it is today, right? So you're building hand models, right, out of wood.
Balsa wood.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all models hand built. We might spend 200 or 300 hours on a model.
Yeah.
All the drawings were pen and ink, original drawings on illustration board. And, if you made a mistake, you were kind of SOL because you just can't erase ink.
Yeah.
We were at the studio one night, kind of pulled in an all-nighter. It was a couple of nights for a major deadline. And, you were doing anything to stay awake. Drinking coffee, that truck driver coffee that you got to slice. All that nasty. And I had 4 or 5 beautiful pen and ink renderings, and I spilled a black cup of coffee on one of them, and it ran down. We wiped it quick, and it left this big coffee stain. So I thought, well, what are we going to do? So I just ended up getting a bunch of paper towels and dipped in coffee and did a wash over all the drawings.
So it looked the same.
Yeah, it kind of had this sepia look, and professor loved it, loved the graphics, and then a lot of people started doing these kind of coffee washes. So
brilliant.
Yeah, I was able to make it work.
Yeah, and I mean, you graduated, right? You got through it.
Got through it.
What does mom and dad think when you said I'm going to OU, and then you graduate as well?
Oh, they were surprised. I don't know, there were 7 kids in my family, so I think they were happy. We got rid of one. We got 6 left to go.
Yeah.
So, but they were pretty surprised, real proud, I guess, that one of their kids had gone off and graduated actually from a legitimate college.